Catherine, we're here with you in Belsize Park in Hampstead in North London, and you're at the Leverton's funeral parlour there. We're here to talk about the Leaf Hearse. You've had this now in the Leverton's system for a year. How did it strike you when you first learned that you were having an electric hearse as part of the facilities in the company?
Well, we had a delightful brochure to tell us all about the hearse.
Yes.
I was a little unsure at first, how would it be received by our families? And then as time went on and we began using the hearse, and I realised how incredibly popular it was going to be, it really did grow me. So I like the design, and it's nice to have a choice from the traditional Victorian hearses, and it fits in with our modern day age. It has been received really very positively.
In all cases?
In all cases, I haven't heard a negative thing said about it.
Catherine, we
Yes.
talked about the idea that this electric hearse could deepen the green funeral concept.
Absolutely, yes.
And it's obviously not just about reducing emissions on the way to the crematorium, but it's much more symbolic, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. I think people are realising that by using the Ecohearse, we are stamping an ecological imprint for the future generations, and that can be taken into consideration when you think that people are taking their final journey to the resting place when using the Ecohearse. So yes, that's right. I think people are giving a lot of thought to that.
And I think as manufacturers, that's really the aim of what we're trying to do. We're trying to give people the opportunity to make this final gesture towards the future of the planet, and how their children and grandchildren will be using the planet in the years ahead.
That's right.
Thank you very much for speaking to us.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Deborah, you mentioned the vehicle's size. It does seat a funeral director in the back, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely, and I think that's very important. It's very important for the families that the funeral director arrives with the coffin, so that they're actually still looking after the deceased, and it's something I like to do. So to be able to actually travel in the electric hearse with the coffin is very important. Some of our families find that having an electric hearse is a nice alternative to where they might want to take the deceased on the final journey themselves. I did have a family where they wanted to be able to take the deceased in their own van, but we just couldn't make it safe for the coffin to travel in the van, and they used the electric hearse instead. They felt it was more intimate and a nicer way to do it. I have had some quite large coffins that have still been able to fit into the hearse, which has been reassuring, really. I think I've still actually been able to accompany the coffin on those occasions as well.
Have you had any concerns about using a different type of hearse, an electric hearse or a smaller hearse? Have you had any concerns?
No, none at all. As I said, I think people are looking for bespoke funerals now. They're actually looking at alternative ways to make the journey. We use a variety of suppliers for the vehicles that people ask for, and having this in our fleet is actually excellent because we have it right there for people to use when they want something a little less traditional.
My name's Richard Putt with Leverton & Sons Funeral Directors in the middle of London. We took the initiative to produce the first all-electric hearse in the United Kingdom, and since then, a couple of years ago, we've been using this hearse effectively in town nearly every week, and it's a good all-rounder. It's a hearse, it's a coffin carrying vehicle, also for baby funerals or flowers or taking documents around very economically and without having to use expensive and fossil grinding juice.
Richard, did you think it was a bit of a risk designing your own, working with Brahms electric hearses to design your own vehicle? Do you think that was a risk? Has it paid off?
We didn't see it as a risk. We saw it as sort of an advertising opportunity almost, but now we find that it's really very practical and works for us very well on not only eco funerals, green type funerals, burials particularly, but in town of course we can go 75 miles round trip on very, very low income without having to burn fuel.
And so not only have you used it in town, you've gone out to some of the green burial sites.
Yeah, well in town of course we don't have a woodland burial site, or we don't have a natural burial ground anywhere near us. So the ability to get there and back on one charge is essential, and we've been able to do that on 2 or 3 occasions.
So you've gone out to how
Chiltern
far?
Cemetery, which
Chiltern.
is 30 odd miles.
Yep.
Epping Cemetery,
Yep.
and down further south to other cemeteries as well. So we do travel.
Excellent. And do you see this as a part of either modernising funeral vehicles or giving more choice? How do you see it?
Well, exactly that. I mean, to give a family the choice of either the large modern hearse, the Daimler hearse we have is only a few weeks old and very expensive of course to run, or the more refined and gentler small hearse is quite something, and we find that for our families anyway very highly beneficial.